Hi everyone, it's day 73 and we're looking into the book of Mark chapter 15. The trial of Jesus is one that is so emotional because you can see Jesus in his human state feeling the feel. He knows the pain, he knows all of that, but then he decides to pull through it because he's struck a deal with the Father to please him and die for me and for you. However, I'm thinking deeply about not just Jesus's reaction. I'm thinking about Pilate. I'm thinking about all the crowd around. The Bible says Pilate could tell that Jesus was innocent. And so he kept saying, why do we have to crucify him? This man is innocent. In fact, everything was so dramatic that his wife had a warning and warned him not even take part in the killing of Jesus. But here is the crowd shouting with all interest, crucify him, crucify him. I want to talk about moments when you are in that state where you need God to expose a situation to prove you innocent and God is not doing it. Can we be realistic? It can be so annoying because you're like, oh my God, why am I suffering for righteousness' sake? I didn't do it and I'm being accused. Many believers have experienced this and they can relate. But I just want to remind you that to the Lord, the end will always be more important than the process. Always, always. Especially when you have come into agreement with him. Jesus was in agreement with the Father. Jesus said, I'm committing to this. I'm not going to turn my back on these people. I wish there was another way to die for them that is not this disgraceful, painful, excruciating death of the cross. But if it is your will, all right, Lord, we're going to do this. It wasn't any easier for Christ as it is for somebody to die from boiling ring being plucked in your belly. That's weird. How did I think about that? But you get what I mean? So it is a reality of pain. That was what Jesus walked through. And so our situations sometimes can be that painful where you can't wait for God to vindicate you, to expose you and speak that, oh, this girl or this guy is actually innocent, and then God doesn't do nothing. Or even if they know, somehow the force of destruction just clings around you. I want you to know that in times like this, you're not forsaken. After all, you're not dying for the sins of the world. Jesus was forsaken when he said, Eloi, why are you forsaking me? But the Father says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. He's given us a spirit to make sure that we are never forsaken. I just want to make you know or remind you today that when you need to be spoken for, God will speak to you. But sometimes when you're not getting that vindication you desire, it might just be a process. And it's okay to pull back and ask the Lord for strength rather than praying for bind and cast. Not every bad thing is meant to destroy you. Some of it is allowed by God to forge you into what he wants and to perfect his plan for you and the generation that you can't even see ahead of you. Receive strength to go through your process. Receive strength to stand when no one else can tell that you are innocent. When you're going through those hard times, I pray that this wisdom will be reminded or recalled in your mind for you to stand and be peaceful until what God is doing is perfected. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow.